So hello everyone, Modern here, time for another all-opening reaction, right? Today of course doing another anime coming next season, Soge no Soma, and after this one we do another video later today, so subscribe, slap it on share and so on. After this we do another all-opening, I probably will do 7 Deadly Sins after this, so yeah, a lot of shonen animes coming, right? And they all have a good opening. So I also like Soma, one of my favorite shonen animes. Maybe because I relate so much to the main character, because I'm like, oh, he's me. No, but so I have a few stories in this thing. So first of all, my father, this is a true story. My father used to be a chef. Now he works with engineering, like petrol engineering and so on. But he used to be a chef when I was a kid. So when I grew up, I had my own personal Gordon Ramsay yelling at me all the time, like do this thing, and so on. And I actually do really love cooking shows, and I watch like Master Chef and Test Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmare shows. I'm a big fan of Gordon Ramsay and so on as well, but I was Top Chef, so I love cooking shows, yeah. So my father kind of gave me that Soma life in the beginning. He really did. To like a non-anime version of it, right? Like it wasn't as extreme, but it was quite similar. And I love cooking food. Okay, I love cooking food. And I love doing like crazy experiments. So I am very much like Soma. I'm like, you want to eat this squid, girl? Yeah. I actually did invite a girl once a few years ago when I cooked squid, yeah. And I had it at home, and I bought like a frosted squid, and I first defrosted it the day before and so on. And yeah, she was surprised when I was like, yeah, I made my own squid here. A lot of squid. She was like, what the fuck is this guy? Yeah, so I tend to do that. And actually, I had some fame for it even back in like high school. People were like, yeah, this guy, he does some crazy food. You should try it out. Yeah, so yeah. So I did the Soma. And I also really love the father storyline, okay, generally. I love that whole relationship of being so talented that people stop like respecting your hard work, right? So I even wrote, I said a well-received post about that last year, and in the character I did in my last game, I actually had a character, one of the main antagonists, the main antagonist, the main evil guy. He has a story not based on like Soma or anything like that, but similar in that vein of like a character that is just so good, right? Very talented, but also very hardworking. So I read that the storyline here in Soma because his father is hardworking. He was the best one, and people stopped respecting him. Right? People was like, "Oh man, he's just talented. He's just lucky. He's just like he doesn't even try anymore." Yeah, and no matter what he did, right, people liked him less and less, right? Yeah, the more better food he did, the more they were like, come on, he's just his god power, yeah. Like no one respected him for his hard work, right? His friend did, of course, but generally no one did, right? And that made him go crazy, and then generally also he felt that he needed to excel more and more and more, right? So if you ever read my the storyline of Janus, what I wrote, it's like, so about that, in my story, then that's why the character turns evil, then, because he's like not just that, but generally, right? Because he's trying to do better and better, more as a scientist, more and more crazy invention, right? And eventually it goes crazy by having to excel more and more and more, right? So he has to do more and more, dangerous experiments, right? Which of course has some effects then. But so I really like the kind of that story of. Which actually is like the person is very, very hardworking, but no one sees that, and he's blaming it on like some kind of like, it's just luck, right? Yeah. So I think that's a very good storyline, and my favorite storyline for Soma. But anyway, let's start watching the opening. So 3, 2, 1, and go. And I always love the ones. This is my favorite. Yeah. And of course, listen to this. Every time I can fool you, yeah. Yeah. And there's so many good shit in this opening. I guess it's a good opening, yeah. We gotta throw it through, yeah. I mean, I love this thing when it cuts open, right? It's just, man, I immediately hear you like, yeah. I immediately love that thing when it's like, yeah. And they do change the opening to it for the food that Megami is flying to, yeah. Erina. Yeah. True love. Beginning here with Nikki was the best girl. So many best girls, right? Yeah, I was keep fighting like with best girl. Is it Nikumi? Is it Alice? Is it Rindo Senpai? Yeah, it's hard. And then it all looks like psychopaths. That's good when they're all like, we're gonna kill you, yeah. Oh man. Oh man, yeah, I love this thing with the combating here, yeah, the building up that like rivalry here. And it was foreshadowing the different tournament and so on. Then he cuts open, like Moses, our Messiah. He cuts open the world there. Oh man, that is so funny too. And yeah, when they get in there, is fighting on the train, so that is great. Yeah, now it's heating up here. Oh man, this is cool from the auto champion. Yeah, we have the tournament arc. Let's get a tournament arc. And they keep hiding, of course, Mr. Copycat. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's Alice is in there, my old man. Nicky is always like, shove those abs, yes. Man, if Nicky had one, yeah, he's always hiding away, right? And then we see a bunch of other like chefs there, you know, slash rivalry, and of course the when they have the all go. Yeah, there we go. We have the orgasm. There we go. Great anime opening. Good at the fan service there. It's a great opening. It's really foreshadowing a lot of battles, right? It's really foreshadowing a lot of the rivalry between the two characters, yeah. Like these are gonna fight, they're gonna fight here. They keep having him in the shadow there, yeah, he's like, keep having, he's a very, very hidden away there, yeah. The fourth's good too, yeah. And of course then the final. In the road, the endings are good too. The ends are good too. Especially with the stalker ending. Yeah, we see that everything is from her eyesight. The ending is good too, though. The endings are fantastic too, though. I mean, now we see kind of the tournament, alright. The next opening is much more a new. Yeah, I love those shit. Yeah, it's so good. Man, so am I, yeah. They're really utilizing those chef knives perfectly. Their storylines are great with their, you know, the brotherly twins there, yeah, with Mesotana. I love this thing too with Yuki's like, look at my boobs. Yeah, she's like lifting up her oppies there. She's like, I'm big too, guys. Yeah. Yeah. He probably has the tiniest oppie right in the anime, but I love it often there. And that's good too when it's in order. Yeah, this arena, yeah. This is one that keeps changing the mate as well. But yeah, but this opening definitely is still working on that opening, right? This is still a tournament opening. Tournament arc opening 2, yeah, this is still really much working on. Storm Red opening 2 is too early, kinda. Yeah, it's like it's very early with showing the characters. Getting hungry? Yeah. Damn it! No, I need to eat some food now, yeah, okay. I think now it's pretty new story now, yeah. Now it's the battle of, you know, the restaurant, yeah, now it's the Chinese battle here. This is a great opening. Really foreshadowing of the shows a lot of storylines. Going caged, Arena's caged, right? And we're gonna see that Bond Arena later too, so it's a good. Yeah, this is great. Alice and her boys and her horrible restaurant. But now we're getting into the high seats though, yeah. There's the Aaron and Bond with their father. And of course, final time for the duel. He's gonna ask to save his granddaughter. And this is a very nonsense battle. And these battles are quite a nonsense. It's like these random new people that are noobs, yeah. And of course, Mr. Alchemist hates it. And then we see the train ride. We're getting into the train there, yeah. And this is when she realized, of course, who. Yeah, I mean, that was the biggest storyline. When is Erina gonna figure out who the father is of the Soma? Yeah, that's the biggest storyline of anime. Like, when she's finally gonna realize that it's Cyber's on there, like, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. I mean, I love, yeah, train arc opening. I mean, I love opening. Of course, it's Hokkaido, right? That's when it's cold, yeah. And it goes into snow here, yeah. Which has it been happening yet? there is a scene there where they're making food in this tournament, and they're like, well, because they're in Hokkaido, this food works better because of the snow temperature outside. Yeah, they're like, because it's so cold. Yeah, like that is so much stuff. And it's like, I know how this thing is better in this environment. Yeah, it's like that is just the perfect soba thing. Oh, but these soba noodles aren't as good in yeah, when it's cold outside. Yeah, we see there. Yeah, them all in the cage, foreshadowing them all being prisonized. And of course, because these four outside. So yeah, I mean, this opening is a very, very spoiling one, because it shows you that these two are gonna be outside. And he's gonna be a traitor, yeah. Yeah, that flashback time there, where his father was stepping on. Ooh, Rindo! One of those things. Yeah. But yeah, which is the best part? Which is the best part? What is the best part? But yeah, I mean, I love the Soma openings. They're really fantastic. I like showing that the songs are great. All make you hungry, right? But oh, there's one. Where's my little? There it is. Okay, so which are the best scenes then? I mean, generally, of course, the Soma thing does it really well when they do the cutting, right? I think that is perfectly used in the chef knives. Always like cut open the the scenery of the scene, right? But you also note that they do change the openings and the endings, though, right? And the ending in particular is that's more of an ending thing, but I do love it in the ending as well. Than how they have, particularly in one, which is the exact same scene basically with Megumi, but they have this. It's a tomato, right? Next episode is carrots, and then it's cabbage, and so on. So they keep changing the foods, right? They have that thing. I think that's really funny in the opening and ending, especially in the ending, because they do it much more frequently there. So that's really funny. I do love the foreshadowing, right? I think it's a little strange. I will say that as a review of the openings, that there's a little strange in opening 2 and 3 that they have basically the exact same storyline, right? The opening 2 and 3 have tournament arc, and it's like tournament arc, yeah, yes. So I think that because opening 2 is a little too early, probably. Because opening 2 is from episode, what is it, like 14, somewhere in the autumn challenge, yeah. So it's a little too early, maybe, for that arc, because it's a lot of episodes before that. So that might be the reason, because it's telling you the same story, right? So when opening 4 arrives, like, yeah, this is a new story now. You have the restaurants, they have that, and I do love that in all the opening, and all the whole Soma arrive, and they have that. The transformation scenes when they have their like this thing, right? See if I can find it. When they have the turning into these lions, or yeah, they're like I'm turning out. All the references, the Yojo things, and yeah, so many references. Yeah, it's the Street Fighter one, the Sailor Moon one is good though. That's not the open though, but that one is really good. When they have the turning into this transformation of the magical French food. Yeah, but they always have that thing going, right? But it's also it's a really good opening. I mean, I like this thing here. Let me show you. I mentioned earlier when I was reacting to it, but yeah, like these kind of things I think is very good in the opening. One sample, it's a lot like foreshadowing, right? It looks kind of like oh yeah, it's like some souffle here, but that's clearly from, of course, that match when they had to make 200 dishes. So there's a lot of those hints everywhere noticed, right? Like they have this hint here. I think Soma does that very, very well in their openings, because there's so many hints all the time in the opening. You can find details that are kind of foreshadow to you the different kind of fights you're going to have, right? Different kind of abilities people have and so on. So there's a lot of that all the time. I think it's really good in Soma openings. The last opening, though, is the one that's most blatant, right? Because then you just get the whole, they're in prison. Yeah, the last opening is the only one I feel which is really, well, okay, 2 and 3 kind of shows that these are going to be the finalists, I suppose. But when you get to opening the 5, though, there's only one I feel is really, I feel the more spoiling one, because this is the biggest storyline there, as it's showing you Megumi, right, and here, of course, then with Adoni. They're both outside the prison, and everyone else is inside the prison. So this opening tells you immediately, I would say so, immediately, that these two are the only ones that are going to be outside, whereas it's Soma and Arena. But it's obviously the main girl and the main guy is going to be outside. Right? So these are the 4 people outside, and everyone else is going to be not doing anything. And they're going to have new cities. That doesn't tell you that, but still, though, I feel that's the only opening where I feel is, yeah, okay, now it's getting into big spoiler territory. Yeah, because, I mean, I haven't read the whole manga, but I remember reading the manga for this part. you don't really know, right? At this point in the storyline, you have no idea who are gonna be there. You're like as I mentioned, you can definitely always assume the main character is gonna be outside because the main character, he's gonna be fine, right? He's gonna be expelled. Yeah, like he's gonna be fine. But you don't know the other characters. Erina seems, likable, so she's also gonna be, not expelled. But then you get, his main rival. What was Aline? I guess he's like friendly main rival. Yeah, he gets to pass, and of course Megumi kind of the secondary main female character to pass, right? So it is, I suppose, the most 4 obvious ones, arguably, from that group, right? But still, though, I think that Alice could have been outside, or so on, right? Oh, yeah, Roman definitely could be outside. So it is a little bit, probably the biggest spoiler, I think, of all the openings. I would say so, by far, actually, in my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion. The only one I feel like, this is spoiling. But otherwise, I don't think it's bad necessarily. I don't think it's bad. I'm just saying that I like. Okay, just do me something. I don't say it's bad necessarily. I love it when openings are foreshadowing. I do love it when they are. I want spoilers in the openings. If any anime I see, I don't like it when it's just not spoiled, right? If you see step in my One Piece video, I don't like it when it's like, oh, Usopp is shooting into the screen and nothing's happening. I want to see Usopp fighting maybe like a shadowy figure, and then eventually, oh, it's this guy, yeah, but then you see who it is, right? In like 10 episodes later, they reveal the character because then the fight started. I want to see that. That's awesome, right? So I like it when you can, maybe this could be that guy. So I do like it when it's foreshadowing. But I also like pointing out then when it's like maybe it's too much foreshadowing. When we get over the line of where it's foreshadowing and when it is spoiler open, right? For example, One Piece opening 22. When it is, whoa, that's a big spoiler, yeah. That one is ridiculous. That one is the prime example of how to not do it, in my opinion. I mean, it's really epic the first time you see the opening, but also it's like, wow, if you didn't follow, if I'm only watcher getting into the latest One Piece opening, yeah, then you get massively spoiled. And it's impossible to miss it too, right? I mean, sometimes there are very big openings. We have massive spoiler like Fairy Tail opening 24, I think it is, where basically the whole storyline is shown in that opening, the whole freaking storyline. But you have to be a little bit like, that's that fight, that's that's her against her. You can see in the background. You have to at least pause the video and like go over the scenes for some of the scenes. You might miss them, but later One Piece opening, you like, you can't miss it. This is the biggest thing ever. But whatever. I assume people know what I'm talking about because it's the biggest opening spoiler thing in history. Still though, hope you guys like this live reaction of all the Soma openings, and after this then we're going over to another, I think, very strong, very strong openings. I would say my favorite opening after Black Rover, opening 3, right, was the best opening last year. So the second best opening, we'll get to that next video. We'll do the 7 Deadly Sins. So they have the Howling, which is such a good opening. Oh my god, Howling, that is an amazing opening. See you guys with that soon, because Howling is just bonkers good.